Hey, I'm just making a quick message, a quick update. I am now locking in on the serious streak. I'm just day 8 right now, but this time I will prevent relapsing. The only reason I always relapse is when I reach the flat line. So I try to avoid ever getting a flat line to begin with, and I do this through taking zinc supplements as well as a bit of L-arginine. I'm super sensitive, so I need probably to slow down with the intake of any of these. I mean, L-arginine I only take like once a week. Zinc I was taking daily, but the problem is I already have too much kundalini and too much boost of energy because it's the early streak, and also because before I started the streak I completely gooned myself out so that I have zero urges and I have a quick energy rebuild because my body was thinking that I'm super in a reproductive mode, obviously, through the indulgence. So I was doing a lot of sexual activity, 1 day break, and then again, without ejaculation though. And so I tricked my brain into believing that I'm such a king, and therefore a lot of semen got produced very quickly. And also I have zero urges because I depleted myself like this before. So now my balls, since a lot of days already, are super big. I get a lot of attention from both genders. This is also how you get attention from girls. It's just the same like you get attention from guys as well. It's just when you are charismatic and interesting to watch, then everyone will watch, including women. And with women, of course, this translates into attraction, that's all. So yeah, I just have to slow down with the intake of these supplements because they make me actually a bit too tense. Sometimes I get a bit of nervous tick. This always happens when I have too much energy. So I just need to balance that out, find the proper balance, not take too much. Already the universe was mirroring me this because when I ordered more L-arginine, first there was a problem with the delivery. So it was like a message from the universe that I have to slow down. But then they told me, the supplier, that they will send it again. So everything seems to work. I probably also try again taking ashwagandha. A friend randomly reached out to me and explained to me that if I take ashwagandha, I have to give it time and there will be no immediate results. It's an adaptogen that's supposed to give you results only within like 4 weeks, and more of them within 6 up to 8 weeks. So yeah, but zinc seems to be a total game changer. My libido is through the roof. I want intercourse more often, which is not bad by itself. I mean, I'm in a relationship, you know, girls like that, and yeah, because I have too much of it, I have some insomnia, but I can conquer it. If it's too bad, I can always take a Baldrian pill. I heard magnesium can also help to balance it out, but I just want to, you know, make an over-engineering of too many supplements. But let's see. Of course, magnesium is also not off the table. Maybe it counterbalances me a bit, so I can also relax more. But in general, insomnia is also nothing else than a teacher for spiritual mastery, because spiritual masters, they learn to shut off obsessive thinking, and so when you are in overload mode, you have more reason to practice, especially at night when you try to sleep. There are 3 main methods. The difficult one is you on purpose track your thoughts, and every time you spot one, you try to get rid of it. The easier method is to show compassion through your heart chakra and just allow the thoughts but not linger on them, because honestly I can even consciously not think and still I subconsciously will have thought patterns going on. But also there's the technique to just think that everything is an illusion anyway and you're not really thinking anything. Anyway, interesting, right? You can learn more about such spiritual stuff on the Shunyamurti channel, Sat Yoga Institute. That's how it's called. Also, you get stronger vivid dreams and dream memory, and this is also how lucid dreams work. It's when you're, you know, it goes hand in hand with insomnia, because if it's difficult for you to fall asleep, then also when you are asleep, you're still half awake, kind of, so you have some vividness and you have some recognition that this is a dream, and you can therefore learn over time to be more lucid. And I guess this is also how spiritual gifts work that you can receive. But yeah, you can log in together with me. I'm just on day 8. I don't plan to stop now. So if you're just starting, you can just follow me, and we are basically one team now, and I will reach great streaks now. Also, I plan to learn to not ejaculate during intercourse with this new pelvic floor exercise technique that is not really Kegels, because you focus more on basically pushing out and pulling in the balls. First, I do the exercise where I try to push out the balls, so to speak. This is the muscles that you are using, and then I do the opposite and try to... first I pull them in and then I push them out. So it's like Kegels and reverse Kegels, but you have to focus more on the balls area. And already I notice improvements. I can last already longer, and I also can more engage with breathing to regulate through breath the arousal level. Before that, it always sounded like a fairy tale, but now it's more possible. So yeah, a lot of benefits. I just have to actually lower the amount of supplements. But I think this will be my greatest streak, and it's not just a streak. I think this will be now my lifestyle. I was thinking if I reach the flat line, I can do one-time prostate method without corn, and then after another month I could do it with corn, and then after another month again without, and like this I avoid chaser effect and boost my libido. But if I don't even reach the flat line due to supplements and they do the same job and they raise my kundalini, then I probably don't need to do anything at all, then I don't need prostate method anymore. So we will see. But if you have intercourse and you force yourself to not ejaculate, in my opinion, it lowers your charisma, because you build something up, and then you don't let yourself have the pleasure, and this lowers your charisma because it's not an optimal experience. So in my opinion, always, if I actually ejaculate, my main goal is to last longer in bed, but if I ejaculate, normally the next day I get much more attention and charisma boost. And also, even if I have involuntary sexual thoughts when my mind is on overload and I cannot sleep, actually this also just boosts later how much attention I get the next day and how much attraction signals my experience. And wet dreams do the same, but I never in my life had a wet dream where I had to ejaculate, and I don't think this will ever happen. This is just not me. I think this is ridiculous.